Hello. This is the world's highest mountain ranges. So, this is I think it's the highest average elevation. So, there's 81 in total, so this includes a lot of sub ranges. But without further ado, let us begin. So, what we have highlighted are the highest mountains in each range. So, let's start. So let's start with Alaska. We got the Aleutian Range. Let's get the Alaskan Range. And let's get the Chugach Mountains, Wrangell and St. Elias. Let's get the Coast Mountains, the Canadian Rockies, Cascades, regular Rockies. And then we have three plain Sierra Nevadas. So, Sierra Nevada in US, Mexico, and in Spain. Alright. Then we got plain Sierra Madre. And then we have two Cordillera Centrals, one in Hispaniola and the other one in Luzon. Let me just zoom out so I can see it get both. Yep. And then let's get Cordillera Cordillera Talamanca, or Cordillera de Talamanca. There we go. And I hate that it does this. Why does it always do this? Cordillera Occidental, Cordillera Oriental, and then Sierra Nevada de Merida, Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, and then Cerro de la Neblina, and then let's get Andes and Cordillera de Ramada. Did I misspell it? De la Ramada. There we go. Alright, let's get the Antarctica ones now. Let's get Ross Island and Saipan Island, the Sentinel Range, and the Douglas Range. And a whole mountain range named after me. Okay. Then, on South Georgia Island, we have the Allardyce Range, or the Allardyce Mountains. Let's get the islands of Fogo and Tenerife. Got Atlas Mountains. Let's get Pyrenees. And we got the Alps, of course. Let's get the island of Sicily. And then the Pirin Mountains. Let's get Caucasus, and then Armenian Highlands. Let's get the Tabesti Mountains, Semyon Mountains, Cameroon Line. Let's get Rwenzori and Virunga, and Eastern Rift, Madagascar Range, and then Islands of Réunion. We have Sarawak and Al Hajar. Let's get the Alborz, Baluchistan Mountains, and now let's get this area here. Let's get Karakoram, Hindu Kush, Hindu Raj. Let's get Pamir and Kunlun. Let's get the Shans, Tian Shan, Bogda Shan, Kongur Shan, Trans Ili Alatal, the Soar Mountains in Altai. Let's get Himalayas. We have Patkai. Let's get I think this is pronounced the Zhu Mountains, and then Yun Range, and then Nien Chin Tanglha. Let's get Yushan. We got Honshu. And then we got Kamchatka. And then Sredny in Kamchatka. And then it's Oppo Tolomo. You have to type in Tolomo. It doesn't take Oppo, and it doesn't take Oppo Tolomo for some reason, even though the name of the mountain range is Oppo Tolomo. Let's get the Crocker Range. Barasan Range. The Barasan Mountains. Tanger. Let's get Timur. And then Lantimojong. And then let's get. And then we have Sudamon Range, or Sudirmon Range. There we go. And then let's get Bismarck Range, Finisterre, and Owen Stanley, and then we got the Southern Alps, and oh yes, you got the Watkins Range in Greenland. So those are all of the mountain ranges. So before I end the video, I'm going through the tallest in each range. So tallest in the Aleutians is Mount Shishaldin. Alaska Range Denali, which of course is now Mount McKinley again. And then Mount Marcus Baker is the tallest in the Chugach Range. And then Mount Blackburn is the highest in the Wrangell Range. Mount Logan in the St. Elias Range. Mount Robson is the highest in the Canadian Rockies. And then Mount Waddington is the tallest in the Coastal Range. Mount Rainier, tallest in the Cascades. Mount Elbert, the tallest in the Rockies, regular Rockies that is. Mount Whitney, tallest in the Sierra Nevada in the United States. And then Pico de Orizaba, tallest in the Sierra Madre in Mexico. Volcan Tajumulco, tallest in Sierra Madre. And then Pico Duarte is the tallest in Cordillera Central in Hispaniola. Cerro Chiripo is the tallest in Cordillera de Talamanca. Then we got Pico Cristobal Colon is the tallest in Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. Pico Bolivar is the tallest in Sierra Nevada de Merida. Ritacuba Blanco is the tallest in Cordillera Oriental, and Chimborazo is the tallest in Cordillera Occidental. And then Pico de Neblina is the tallest in Serra de la Neblina. Aconcagua, of course, the tallest in the Andes, and Mercedario, the tallest in the Cordillera de la Ramada Range. And then, of course, the Mount Paget, tallest in South Georgia, part of the Allardyce Range. This is the Douglas Range. Mount Stevenson is the tallest in that one. Vincent Massif, the tallest in the Sentinel Range. And then Mount Sipel, tallest in Sipel. And then Mount Erebus is the tallest in the Douglas Range. Gunbjorn's Fjeld is the tallest in the Wacken Range, also the tallest in Greenland. Mount Fogo, tallest in Fogo and in Cabo Verde. Pico de T, tallest in Tenerife and in Spain entirely. Tubcal, tallest in the Atlas. Mulhausen, tallest in the Sierra Madres in Spain. And Neto, highest mountain in the Pyrenees. Of course, Mont Blanc, highest in the Alps. And then Etna, of course, is the tallest in Sicily. And then Virin is the tallest in the Pirin Mountains. And Elbrus, of course, tallest in the Caucasus. Ararat, tallest in the Armenian Highlands. Damavand in the Alborz, and then Jabal Shams in the Al Hajar range, and Jabal Nabi Shuaib in the Sarawat range, Mount Cameroon in the Cameroon line, and then Emikusi in the Tabesti Mountains. And we've got Mount Stanley in the Rwenzori range, and then Karasimbi in the Virunga range, most of the tallest in Rwanda. And then, of course, Kilimanjaro is the Eastern Rift, Maramacotro in Madagascar, Piton de Niege in Reunion, and then Taftan is the tallest in the Balochistan range, and then K2, no, that's K, yeah, this one, yeah, Tirachmir is the tallest in Hindu Kush, and then K2, the Karakoram range, and then there's Ismail Simoni Peak, and then, yeah, Kongertog is Kongershan, and then we have Chekrogli, this one's, Piktalgar is the tallest in the Trans-Ili Alatal range, and then Zwilian Fing, is that one. Bogda is Bogdashan, of course, and then Sarjotasi, tallest in the Sour Mountains, and then Beluga Mountain, tallest in the Altai range. And then, obviously, Mount Everest is the tallest in the Himalayas. And this one, Saramati, I think that one's Patkai, I think that's the range, yep. And then this is the, and then Gyalaperi is, that one's Nianchin, Tengelha, the Mount Ganga is the Daju range, and then Jade Dragon Snow Mountain is the Yun range, and Mount Fuji, of course, is this one, and then Ichinsky is the Kamchatka range, and Klyuchevskaya is the Sredny range, unless I actually have those two mixed up, just make sure at the end. Yushan is also Yushan range, and then Mount Apo Talama, and then Cordillera Central and Luzon is Mount Pulag, and then the Barasan Mountains is Mount Karinchi. Kota Kinabalu is the Crocker range, not Kota Kinabalu, Mount Kinabalu, that's what I meant to say. And then we have Semeru is the Tengar range, and then we have Rentamario is the Latimojong range on Sulawesi or Celebes, and then Pico de Ramelow and Timor, and then Puncak Jaya is the Sudirman range, Mount Wilhelm, the Bismarck range, Mount Boising, the Finisterre Mountains, and Mount Suckling. You can't make that up. That one's the Owen Stanley range, and then Mount Cook or Mount Iraqi is the Southern Alps. So, yeah, which one's which? I know Tirachmir is Hindu Kush, K2, of course, is Karakoram, and then I think Bunizon, I think that one's Pamir, right? Yeah, no, Pamir is Morel Simone Peak. Okay, fair enough. And then so yeah, that's Conger, and then Chakrogli, I think, yeah, Hindu Raj is Bunizon, and then this is obviously Conger Sean, and then Chakrogli is Kunlun, yep, and then Zwilian Feng is is Tian Shan. Yes. So yeah, just going through all of the mountains, and yeah. Going through the tallest mountains in each of the world's highest mountain ranges, and yeah. So that is it for now.